Macroeconomics in budgeting and forecasting. As a CFO, understanding the vast landscape of macroeconomics is not merely a scholarly endeavor, it's a necessity for effective budgeting and forecasting. The macroeconomic indicators, from oil prices to inflation rates, can play pivotal roles in determining the financial direction of a business. Let's delve into some of these indicators and understand their influence on budgeting and forecasting processes. Oil prices. Oil is often termed the lifeblood of the global economy. Its price impacts transportation, manufacturing costs, and consumer expenditure. A sudden surge in oil prices can squeeze profit margins for businesses heavily reliant on transportation or raw materials. Conversely, a drop in prices can mean increased profitability. For industries directly linked, like airlines or shipping, oil price projections are a central factor in budget preparations. Inflation. Inflation denotes the rate at which general prices for goods and services rise, subsequently eroding purchasing power. For businesses, this translates into rising costs, be it raw materials, labor, or overheads. Inflation rates can influence decisions on pricing strategies, wage negotiations, and capital expenditures. When forecasting, a CFO should account for expected inflation, ensuring that revenue projections aren't overly optimistic and that cost estimates are realistic. GDP, Gross Domestic Product. GDP represents the total value of goods and services produced over a specific time period within a country's borders. It's an indicator of economic health. A growing GDP suggests economic expansion, potentially translating to increased consumer spending and business investments. Conversely, a declining GDP can signal a recession, with tightened consumer wallets and reduced corporate investments. Understanding GDP trends can guide a CFO on sales projections and potential market expansions or contractions. CPI, Consumer Price Index. CPI is a measure that examines the average price change over time of a basket of consumer goods and services. It's a primary gauge for inflation. A rising CPI indicates that consumers are paying more for products, which can impact demand. For businesses, this could mean re-evaluating pricing strategies or looking for cost-cutting measures to maintain profitability. OCR, Official Cash Rate. The OCR is a tool central banks use to either stimulate economic growth or curb inflation. An increase in the OCR often translates to higher borrowing costs, making financing more expensive for businesses. Conversely, a decrease can mean cheaper financing options. CFOs must consider OCR projections when planning debt financing or evaluating the feasibility of future projects requiring capital outlay. Application to budgeting and forecasting. Now, how do all these indicators weave into the intricate tapestry of budgeting and forecasting? 1. Scenario planning. Given the inherent unpredictability of macroeconomic factors, CFOs should employ scenario planning. This involves creating various budgeting or forecasting models based on different macroeconomic conditions. For instance, what if oil prices rise by 20%? Or, what if the OCR drops by 0.5%? 2. Sensitivity analysis. This involves tweaking one factor at a time, like GDP growth rate, to see how it impacts the budget or forecast. It provides insights into which factors the business is most sensitive to, allowing for more informed decision-making. 3. Regular reviews. Macroeconomic conditions can shift rapidly. It's crucial to regularly review and adjust budgets or forecasts in line with these changes. This isn't about chasing every economic ripple but being prepared for significant waves. 4. External expertise. Sometimes, it's beneficial to consult with external economists or industry experts. They can offer insights or predictions that might not be apparent from an internal business perspective. 5. Integration with strategy. Macroeconomic insights shouldn't exist in a vacuum. They should be integrated into the broader business strategy. If, for example, the economic indicators suggest a downturn, it might be a time for cost optimization. Conversely, positive indicators could signal an opportunity for expansion or increased market penetration. In essence, macroeconomics provides the broader context in which a business operates. While it's easy to get lost in the immediacy of internal business metrics, a savvy CFO always keeps one eye on the broader economic horizon. By understanding and integrating these macroeconomic indicators into the budgeting and forecasting processes, CFOs can ensure their businesses are not just reacting to, but strategically navigating, the ever-evolving economic landscape.